In the dimly lit room, Nadia awoke with her head heavy, and her senses slowly returning. She tried to move, but the heavy chain around her leg pinned her down. What was going on? She asked herself, the memories of that night beginning to flood back. She had been on a date with David, enjoying wine, and then everything went dark. Now she found herself in an unfamiliar dark place, sitting on a hard concrete floor. Panic set in as questions raced through her mind. Where am I? What is going on? The disorienting mix of memories and uncertainty left her in a state of fear and confusion.
Hello?
A voice called out from the darkness. Nadia jolted up. She thought she was alone.
Hello? Hello?
She called back into the darkness. A soft voice responded.
I am Samantha. What is your name?
Nadia, she replied. Panicking, Nadia asked Samantha, how long have you been here? It's too dark. I cannot tell the time from down here, but I reckon it's been 2 days, Samantha said, close to tears. How old are you, Samantha? 19, came the timid reply. Tears fell down Nadia's face. Whatever this was, they had to figure out a way out, together. You are watching the Tales of the Savannah. Subscribe and be part of the tribe. Now, let's get back to the story. Upstairs, David was making a call. I have 2 girls in the basement now. Yes, it has been a busy week. Please make sure you come get them tomorrow morning. My family is returning tomorrow night. Yes, they are growing so fast, soon they will be in college. Sure, we will have you for dinner soon. I will see you tomorrow then. Please have the money ready. This holiday is costing me too much money, David laughed. Meanwhile, Amara, Nadia's friend, was at the police station. Hi, I'm here to report a missing person, she said. Piri, an older policeman, took the statement. How long has your friend been missing? He asked. 2 hours, came the reply. Piri laughed. How do you know your friend is missing anyway? He asked suspiciously. I got a signal from her bracelet. I was sleeping, but when I woke up to get some water, I saw the alert, Amara explained. Okay, Piri said, what were the circumstances of her disappearance? She began recounting the events, mentioning the date. Before she could finish her statement, Piri interrupted, Ma'am, I can solve the case for you right now. These are the events of the night. The young lady in question, your friend, she had a date with this guy. She liked him so much she went over to his house willingly, and in the middle of passion, she pressed the button to the... He gestured for her to finish the statement. Bracelet, Amara said. Exactly, Piri confirmed. I'm glad we could solve this case together. Next person, please, Piri gestured to the next person in line. Amara, bewildered, said, no, please, my friend is in trouble, please help me. I know my friend. She would never raise a false alarm. Next, please, Piri said sternly. Amara stepped away from Piri, despair on her face. What seems to be the problem? Asked a younger officer. Amara, in tears, relayed the story to him. Does the app show the last location? The young officer asked. With newfound hope, Amara fumbled in her bag for her phone. Yes, it does. Ma'am, I also think this is a false alarm, the young officer said to her, but to put your mind at ease, I will take you to this place. Will that help? The young, handsome officer asked. Wait at the front entrance, I will pick you up there. My name is Musa, by the way, he said, stretching his hand to shake hers. Amara, she replied, shaking his hand. It's nice to meet you, Amara, he said with a smile. Amara bit her lip. What was going on here? The stakes were high, this was not the time to flirt. A police car pulled up at the entrance, and Amara got in. This car is an old model, no GPS. You will have to direct me to this place. Amara nodded, feeling much better that they were going to find out what happened to her friend tonight, no matter what the truth was. The police car pulled up in front of what could only be described as a mansion, in a low-density area. A red Tesla was parked in the driveway. As they both looked at the house, Musa asked, Are you sure this is the place? Amara, unsure, double-checked her phone. Yes, it says this house. Musa looked at her with concern in his eyes. Well, okay then, let's go in. Amara hesitated. As they reached the front of the house, they rang the bell. Hello, officer, came a calm and smooth voice. "Come on in, please," David said to the officer. "Thank you," said Musa, gesturing for Amara to follow. "We are investigating a disappearance that happened tonight," Musa explained. "I am sorry to hear that," said David. "I hope you find this individual." "I haven't seen anyone tonight. I wonder what brings you to my house." "We are canvassing the neighborhood, asking all your neighbors about the disappearance." "Were you on a date tonight?" Musa asked, gesturing for a reminder of his name. "You can call me Alex," David said confidently. "I was here the whole day. My family is on holiday, and I am a happily married man," he said with a laugh. "So if we look at the CCTV of the restaurant you were at tonight, it will show that you were not there?" Musa questioned. David laughed nervously. "As I said, for the third time, I was here at home the whole day. Unless you are arresting me, I would like to bid you good night," he said, his face changing. "No, you are not under arrest, sir. We are just doing a thorough investigation." "My apologies for," before he could finish his statement, Amara interjected, "that bracelet on the table," she said, pointing. David glanced at the table, feeling nervous. He interjected, "That is my wife's." "That is strange," Amara said. "That looks like the bracelet I gifted my friend for Christmas. It was a customized gift. I am surprised that your wife has the very exact one. Do you mind if we do a search of the house?" Musa asked. "Why?" David asked, outraged. "Just to exclude you from the list of suspects," Musa replied. David was furious. "I am a taxpayer and a law-abiding citizen. The way I have been treated tonight is appalling. I will be contacting your superiors to let them know the kind of policing you are doing out here," he threatened. Below the mansion, Nadia said to Samantha. "Do you hear that?" They listened intently. It sounded like shouting. "Maybe he has guests. Let's shout for help." The girls started shouting at the top of their lungs. Meanwhile, Amara could hear something. "Stop," she shouted. "Do you hear that?" she asked. Realizing what was happening, David started shouting at the top of his voice to counter the sound. "Do you have a search warrant?" he asked finally. Musa, looking defeated, gestured for Amara to leave. Amara tried to protest, but Musa sternly assured her they had to leave. Inside the police car, Musa called the station. "Piri, I need a favor from you." "Yes, I will buy you a beer." "Okay, the number plate is," he called out the details on a red Tesla. "Okay, I will call you back," Piri said. The two sat in the car in silence, surveilling the house from afar. When Piri called back a few minutes later, the ring startled both of them. "Yes, Piri," Musa answered. "When?" Musa asked. "Yesterday." "Wow, yes, I will keep an eye on it until backup gets here." Amara, with wide eyes, asked, "What did he say?" "The car is stolen," Musa replied. Before this information could sink in, they saw the man who introduced himself as Alex leaving the house and getting into the car. "We have to follow him," Amara said. They couldn't wait for backup. Musa was on the radio, saying police stuff into the receiver that Amara couldn't understand, and they were off. When David saw he was being followed, he sped through the neighborhood into the highway where a high-speed chase ensued. Amara couldn't believe the turn of events. What she thought was going to be a peaceful night had transformed into a scene from a movie. Without warning, the Tesla veered off the road and hit a tree. It had been raining earlier, and the roads were slippery. David was disoriented but alive. He was then swiftly arrested without incident. Back at the mansion, a report on the radio confirmed that 2 girls had been found, and Nadia was one of them. Amara fell to the ground crying with relief and gratitude. This was the happiest day of her life, she thought. "Are you ladies ready?" Amara shouted. 1, 2, 3. She shouted and threw the bouquet of flowers. Nadia had caught the flowers. She smiled, realizing she hadn't been on a date since the incident, 2 years ago. Perhaps this was a sign to get back out there. Amara was excited for her friend. As Nadia looked at Amara and Musa, she thought maybe she would find the one for her too. Besides, David had been arrested, and his syndicate as well. A good thing had happened that night, all thanks to her very diligent friend. Tears of joy welled up in her eyes as she watched the new couple drive away to their honeymoon. The wedding became a symbol of new beginnings, and the strength of friendships that could withstand even the most challenging circumstances. And that, my dear tribe members, is the conclusion to the first part of our Tinder date story. To those who requested a part 2 to the story, thank you. It felt right to end this tale before Valentine's Day. If you do celebrate the holiday, happy Valentine's to you. Please be vigilant and stay safe out there. If you are going on a date, make sure your tribe of people around you know exactly where you are going and who you are meeting with. Above all, please check in on your friends. As always, thank you for watching our story about the Tinder date, and we hope you enjoyed it. What lessons did you draw from this story? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of the tribe. Thank you for watching the Tales of the Savannah. We will see you next time in the Savannah.